Hello, hi, and welcome to Empathic Fire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Cancer in mid-May 2020. What's going on, Cancer? How are you guys doing? I hope that you are doing well. All right, Cancer, welcome to mid-May. How's everything in your life? How are you feeling? How's your family? How are your friends? How are you? Okay. Still kind of a pandemic that many of us are dealing with. Wherever you are in the world, I hope you're safe and happy and healthy. And same to, those that you know and love. Let's all, try and hang in there and keep our wits about us. I know it's very difficult for many people, economically, financially. I know it's very difficult for many people socially, being secluded and kept around the same people day in, day out, and you're missing friends, you're missing family, you're missing your loved ones. But, I'm feeling this need to push people, I shouldn't say push, encourage people to be as optimistic as possible, to stay away from pessimism, to stay away from negative energies, negative vibes, negative people, not to be so dreary or dwell as much on the negative things. I know that's hard when your reality is quite a struggle, so I get that. But, I think this is just a real test sent down by the universe, and I think we all have the ability to quote unquote pass this test. So I'm not going to get all into my personal philosophies about it, but wherever you are, please know that I'm hoping that you and yours are able to cope at this time. So any announcements? Yeah, I might be doing a surprise live sometime in the future, and I just dropped like 3 cards or 2 cards out of the deck. I might be doing a surprise live. One second, I gotta move this so I can grab these. Oh, there was more than 2. There's like 4. Jesus. One second. I can't even get this because it's underneath the table. One second. All right, and we're back. Cancer. I apologize about that. Something fell. Well, one of the cards fell underneath the table, so I had to really finagle to get under there. Anyway, so I might be doing a surprise live sometime in the future, maybe in May or June. That would be open to anyone, all members of the community, all signs and zodiacs or what have you. It's not going to be like my lives typically are, where I do it specifically for the birthday season of the sign that we're in. That would just be for anybody who wants to come along and ask a question to me, and I answer it through tarot. So if you are subscribed, you should be able to see that through your notifications. Make sure on my channel and any other channel that you're subscribed to that all notifications are turned on if you want to see that stuff. And other than that, man, I hope you guys are doing well. And weather's starting to turn nice, so when and where you can, get out there, take a walk, take a drive, ride a bike, if you can. Take a hike in the middle of the woods, something like that. Whatever you need to do to keep yourself sane and happy and healthy at this time, okay? All right, let's get into it, guys. Just time scramps. I can't even talk, and you're my first video. Well, you're not my first video today, but you're my first video for this series. Anyway, timestamp. It's in the description box if you want to jump ahead. Also down there's the information you need if you want to get a personal reading with me. If you have questions before you place an order, just go ahead and email me at the same address and I'll answer you as soon as I can. And guys, if you haven't known, I am on Instagram. So if you want to follow me, there will be a little reminder right here that shows you that the name over there is EmpathicFire Tarot. Currently, I'm interpreting oracle cards over there. I'm also eventually going to be doing some pick-a-card stuff. I just haven't really settled on like what the format is or like which decks to use and all this stuff. So, it's coming. It's coming. Trust me, it's coming. So if you want to follow me over there, that'd be really cool. If not, that's also cool. No pressure. Ever is my name. Is the name of my game. I don't like to pressure people into anything. Anyway, let's get into it. This is going to mimic, how I do my personals. The monthlies is kind of more formatted. These mids, I'm going to change it over to be more of how I tend to do my personal readings with clients. So at this time, I want to see messages for Cancer, most pertinent to Cancer at this time in mid-May. Messages and energies for Cancers at this time that's most pertinent to them and their situations, please. Whoa, there we go. Last one, thank you. All right, let's get into it. Messages and energies most pertinent to Cancer at this time in mid-May 2020. Okay, 1. Messages and energies most pertinent to Cancer in mid-May 2020. Please show me. 2. Both face down. Are we going for a third? They say start with 2, so let's go. 5. I can't even read. Can't talk, can't read. 4 swords and the Lovers in reverse. All right, so you guys are taking a time out. from a love relationship, hey? Four of Swords. That's that time out, self-reflection, time for the self, being rested or focusing on resting, focusing on rejuvenation. And then the Lovers in reverse, major arcana for Gemini. Some of you could be dealing with a Gemini, but you don't have to be. But essentially turning away from this energy, turning away from some of you turning away from a commitment straight up. But I get the sense that you're prioritizing yourself at this time, Cancer. And it is a general, so it still could be the other side in the situation. But when it comes to connection, I really do feel for many of you, because it's such a, this Lovers card in this deck, like it's so romantic, right? It looks like these two people, they're like on a honeymoon or something like that, right? Like they just went to Vegas and like, you know, totally eloped, and then they're all of a sudden driving off of a cliff or a bridge into a water. So it's kind of precarious, maybe. Maybe this is a relationship that's been put on the bricks, put on halt, put on ice. There you go. Thank you. That's the phrase. Put on ice because of coronavirus, because of the COVID-19 pandemic going on. You know, maybe you met someone a while ago, or your relationship has been long distance, but now, you know, the idea of socializing or traveling to see each other is kind of, it's been squashed. It's been put again on ice, they keep saying on bricks, but I think they want to say on brakes. So whatever way that makes sense to you guys, on bricks, on brakes, whatever. So Cancer, right now, the focus is on you, you know, look at this lady. That's some self-care if I ever saw it, right? So you might be taking more time to rest, taking more time to balance yourself out. With the Four of Swords, it can be, I don't want to say tormenting, because you've got more cards in the sword suit that equal torment, mental tormenting, you know. But I do get the sense that some of you are like worrying because you're not speaking to this person as often. You're not seeing them as often because of the quarantine and what have you. So, what's this? Some of you, like, maybe it would actually, there's a few in this energy of the general Cancer's collective energy that I'm connecting to, where it's even deeper than like just because of this pandemic. Like maybe you had a fight, or maybe you had a disagreement just before stay-at-home orders came into place, and now it feels like final. Others of you, it's really just a break. Others of you, it's really, you know, like a temporary setback. But some of you, this feels like really serious. Like you guys, like you guys really lost yourselves in the connection, some of you. And now that you're away from this person, or the connection has slowed down in some type of way, now you are coming to realize, oh man, I'm better off. I'm better off now that we're not together, now that we're not speaking, now that we're not seeing each other. Some of you are in that headspace. Not everybody, just a few. I want to clarify. The Lovers is pretty simple. I feel like, you know, even though in the name Lovers, it gives this idea of a romantic situation. It could be a friend, it could be a family member. Just, it is a very significant connection with this person. And it's in the reverse, I think, because of circumstances. More than anything, for the majority of you, it's because of circumstances. Maybe in some cases there were arguments. Maybe in some cases there was language that says, I don't want to do this anymore, or I need a break, or what have you. But ultimately, I think it's, in the time of Corona, in the time of this pandemic, most of you guys in this energy, it's just circumstantial, okay? But I do want to clarify the Four of Swords. Why is the Four of Swords here for Cancers, please? Why is the Four of Swords here for Cancer? Why is the Four of Swords here for Cancer? Ooh, okay, see? Okay. Three of Swords, all right. Why is the Four of Swords here for Cancer, please? One more, please. Why is the Four of Swords here? And Strength card. Jesus. All right. So some of you have had a third-party situation that got found out, that was revealed, or it became strenuous, or... Oh, Jesus, it's so interesting. Like some of you have... This is so... Okay, look. This is like so... dramatic, but I know it's true. It's got to be true for so many people. So you figure, what was life like before March or April 2020, right? Most of us, we had a daily routine. We were out in the world, going to work, running errands, doing what we were doing on a daily basis, right? What I'm getting is the story of, and you're all going to be on different sides of this, but there were three people involved, right? Third party situation. And if you've been with me for a while, I don't jump on this, but this is so blatant, right? With the lovers coming out in reverse, the Four of Swords and the Three of Swords, absolutely. So there's a situation, Cancer, and please pick your side, where there are three people. And there was a side situation going on where in a committed couple or in a long-term commitment, those people, they share a home, right? But one of the partners was seeing someone else, flirting with someone else, having a situationship with someone else, whatever it may be. Now that the pandemic has taken us all off of the market, so to speak, or sent us all home to wherever we rest our head and we lay our head at night, now it's this reunion of a couple that wasn't stable, or one partner in that relationship was unfaithful, right? And so the element of this pandemic has put the emphasis back on the primary relationship, whether or not those two people get along, whether or not those two people are aware of the third party situation. In some of these situations, that home base, that primary relationship, the commitment, the marriage, the long-term relationship, what have you, right? The relationship that came first, let's call it that way. The relationship that came first. In some of those cases, one of the partners is unaware of the third party situation. And in some of those cases, both parties are aware, and now it's like extra awkward, right? Regardless, there's this third party outsider that is really a big time like temptation, or is really, really, this person is a force to be reckoned with because of that strength card attached to it. Major Arcana for Leo. Some of you could be dealing with the Leo, but you don't have to be. I find that energetically speaking, whoever is in the Four of Swords, whether it's you, your partner, or whoever, right? Whoever's in this reflective period, they're thinking about the primary or the relationship that came first, right? And they're also thinking about this third party relationship. And there is just a huge discrepancy on what do I do, what do I do, what do I do? Because when you're in the Four of Swords, you're evaluating, what do I do, what do I do, what do I do, what's going on in my life, where am I going, da 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 da. Like all these questions are going on in your head, but on the surface, it's very calm, right? This doesn't look like somebody who has a lot on their mind, but actually, in terms of tarot, Four of Swords usually indicates a lot of things are on a person's mind. And what this person is reflecting upon is, what am I going to do with this primary relationship, the relationship I was in first, versus the person I've met outside of my commitment, outside of my primary relationship? They're very tempting, they're incredibly attractive, they're very strong and alluring and just all kinds of exciting. I like that. But it's a third party situation. It's a cheating scenario. It's about infidelity. It's about all these things, right? And I get the sense that some of you, in some of your cases, Cancer, it went all the way there. The deed was done. And in other cases, it was really just like a flirting situation. But regardless of how deep it was, there is just such a pull coming from the Four of Swords. Oh my God, I can't talk. From the Four of Swords person, there is such a pull towards the outside person. There's such a pull to them, regardless of how long or how deep that intermingling was going on. If it was just, a couple of likes here, a couple of, DM messages here, but then it kind of stopped or it fizzled out, or someone said, we can't do this anymore, or let's put the brakes on this because I'm going home to my wife, or I'm going home to my husband, and, I can't be seen to be chit-chatting all day on my phone. It's going to be suspicious. That it creates all kinds of complicated energy in the situation. Anyway, but even in the middle of silence, because the Four of Swords represents some type of not speaking, no communication, this person is still very, very interested. The Four of Swords person is still very, very interested in that outside person. So what I'm getting as this story has evolved for you guys, Cancer, is that someone is perplexed with their emotions, because going back to the relationship that was here first, whether it be a long-term commitment, a long-time live-in partner, a marriage, what have you, maybe a long history of it on again, off again, baby mama, baby daddy type stuff, whatever. This is still very important. The Lovers in reverse. That person is still very important. However, the conscious or focal energy is towards the third party. I can tell you that. You can tell by the way I oriented the cards on the table. I laid them on top of the Four of Swords. I didn't have them over here with the Lovers. This is like two separate pathways. And I feel that the Four of Swords person is kind of milking this pandemic because it doesn't put the pressure on them to decide. There's nothing to decide if you have to stay at home in your family home, right? There's no way that we can hang out, or there's no, well, I'm sure people are doing it, but you're really not supposed to be commingling households. But, assuming people are following the rules, quote unquote, during this quarantine business, right? It would seem easier for this person to stay at home and not have to continue this affair, even though their heart wants to continue this affair. This is very interesting. I rarely get readings like this. However, I gotta be honest, clients have been coming in with these entanglements, and I'm just like, okay. So let's see. Any more messages for Cancer regarding this situation? Further insights and messages and energies for Cancers regarding this situation, please. Okay. King of Pentacles. Some of you might be dealing with an earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, or Taurus. Further information and insights. And then a Four of Wands. Absolutely, that's who's at home. King of Pentacles is at home. Doesn't have to be an earth sign, but there is definitely this strong foundation at home. Whatever home means to you, means to them, means to the other person. There's a strong home emphasis here about building foundations with a partner and it being solid and it being secure, right? This guy, this King of Pentacles, doesn't have to be a male, doesn't have to be an earth sign, but look how comfortable the King of Pentacles is. He's got his little smoking jacket on. He's got his pipe there, stroking the dog, petting the dog, feet up on the ottoman. He just looks really cool, calm, and collected. There's a confidence here. And I get the sense that that is still also very attractive to the Four of Swords person. Whoever this is, their husband, their wife, their long-term partner, whoever it is, right? It's attractive that this person is comfortable. Not that they are comfortable in the situation. Like the entire situation for the Four of Swords person that is related to the King of Pentacles is comfortable. I know my home life. I'm comfortable living in this apartment, or I'm comfortable with the money that we have here. I'm comfortable with the stability that we have here. The joint finances are beneficial, or there's just stability, and it's so attractive. The stability of, and see, it's kind of more in line with this Lover's energy. So the person at home, wherever home is, however you define that, that is super attractive. That it's firm, it's not going anywhere, it's predictable, right? With the Four of Wands, predictable. Four of Wands equals foundations, firm foundations, particularly surrounding domestic situations or home situations, right? Look at the house, it's under construction. And look at this woman having a cocktail in the middle of the day. Some of you guys, you might be like expanding on your home in the middle of this pandemic, or you might be buying a new home or upgrading in some type of way. And like, who's going to throw that out? Like, there's something here about being sort of kind of caught between a rock and a hard place, but it's actually all surrounding, romance and desire. And it's like, maybe, Lord, what the situation is possibly is that the Four of Swords person, whoever it is, Cancer, if it's you, it's you. If it's not you, it's your partner. If it's not you, it's the third party, or you're the third party watching your person go back home and live in this comfortable life. And at this time, in the middle of a pandemic, it is definitely going to remind people or validate people's understanding of what's important. Even though I might not love my wife or love my husband the way I used to, they're very good at keeping a job. or their job is essential, or in the middle of a financial crisis, look at us, we're doing okay. We're not, fledgling in the water like other couples. We're not in danger of losing our home or in danger of, defaulting on our loans or anything like that. Like there's some realization, again, because the Four of Swords person is in this reflective period. There's some realization going on that says, you know what? As much as I'm tempted, and I think there's still such a strong temptation on that Three of Swords person, whoever this is over here, they are nothing to shake a stick at. They're still very much in the game. But there's something about the trappings, the reality, the day in, day out, which again, under stay-at-home orders is very, 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 very palatable, that someone looks at their stable relationship and says, it's not as bad as I thought it was. Or, I'm really playing with fire by thinking there's something better for me out there. This is very weird. I shouldn't even say it's very weird. It's very common and it's very dramatic. And it's this type of situation that I see people in a lot. And I'm able, as the empathic person sitting in the room, to really validate. I can see where all sides, like, they have their position here and they all feel quote unquote correct. Because the person who's at home, the unsuspecting partner, let's say, and they might actually know. That's the other thing about this. That could be why this King of Pentacles could be so comfortable. This King of Pentacles and Four of Wands, like, look at both of these people. Feet are kicked up, totally relaxed, not worried about anything. Whether they know or not, I feel the King of Pentacles feels confident in who they are related to this entire situation. My husband, my wife, my boyfriend, my girlfriend, they might have had a little flirtmance or they might have had a little, side biscuit for a while, but they'll always come home. There's something like that. They'll always come home. That's weird, buddy. That's weird. This is super complex. And I think it benefits because of the because of the state of affairs that most of us are still living in, where many of us are still at home, many of us are still, being told to socially distance from one another. And it's crazy. This is Cancer. I don't know where you are, take your pick. You know your position better than I do. But my gosh, let's get some final messages and then we'll jump over to an oracle card and then we'll wrap up from there. Any final messages for Cancer regarding the situation, please? Any final messages for Cancer regarding the situation, please show me. And this one? Yes, okay, thank you. So this one fell first. So, Ten of Wands, yeah, it's a burden, all right. And the Death card, come on, man. Listen. This can't last forever, okay? In whatever way you want to cut that. And, oh, look where I placed it. It's on all of these, right? So again, consider the positions, right? Over here, between the Lovers and the King of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, we've got the primary partner. Let's say that. The primary partner, the partner that came first, right? They're over here. Then you've got the side biscuit down here in this corner, the Three of Swords and the Strength card, right? That's that's our little, our little Temptation Island person, right? And then up here, you've got the Four of Swords. That's the person who's caught between it all. And what came out as the final message? The Ten of Wands and the Death card on top of all of this. This situation, as it is at this moment, cannot last forever. It is a burden. Even though this person is sort of on a little mental vacation and they're trying their best to, keep calm in the situation and not, not get caught or not get too caught up in their emotions. Because with the Four of Swords, we try to remove ourselves from our emotions. Try to remove ourselves from our emotions and to think more logically, more rationally about the situation. Yeah, there might have been a love lost at home, but ultimately, is that enough to call it quits? Maybe not. Regardless of what is decided, something here will come to an end with that Ten of Wands and Death combination. Absolutely. Ten of Wands, Death card, Major Arcana for Scorpio. So there might be a Scorpio involved in the situation. Take your pick. If any of these signs resonate, good for you. If not, that's okay. It still is a general. And so there's complication here. Too many cooks. Look at this woman with the Ten of Wands. Too many cooks. Dressed as though she wants to clean the house, got her little apron on and everything like that, being a dutiful housewife, yeah? But look at all the apparatuses, or apparati, or however you pluralize that word. Apparatuses? That sounds wrong. Anyway, too many mops, too many brooms, you know, the one rake, but it's like tucked up under her arm. This shit is like confusing. It's combobulated. It's out of control. And I think that someone is trying their best to keep a lid on. Look at that. To keep a lid on this situation. Like a lid would be going on that jar of salmonella for whatever reason. But it's not going to last. This is like a powder keg. This is like a pot that's about to boil over. But someone here, at least one person, is trying to keep it quiet. Don't react. Take a time out. You know, this has been 9 weeks of a timeout for many of us, right? Someone's like really milking that situation, really milking that because of the quarantine and because I'm forced to be at home. That's the obvious choice. In the middle of a quarantine, am I going to break up my long-term commitment? Am I going to leave my husband or leave my wife or whatever it is and run off into the sunset with this person down here? No way. That's crazy. I could never do that. And that's that. Look, I'm not here to advise anybody to do anything, but I think that's sort of what this person over here is thinking. Because of the quarantine, I'm not obligated to decide. And in this time, I'm going to just check out and just chill out and just like ride the coast or ride the waves of the situation, not really be bothered. However, what is going on underneath the surface is they recognize the stability they have, and maybe that's all it is. Maybe that's all there is over here is stability, because the love may have been lost with that Lovers in reverse, right? Over here, temptation, something very alluring is happening over here. And I think it's I don't know who this person is. We haven't clarified them, and I'm not going to. But there's still a big pull to this person. Whether they have told you or you have told whoever that situation is over, it's done, it's dusted. Not true. Not true. So let's get a oracle card on this, and then we're going to wrap up. We have a lot of decks, so let's see which one the guides want for you guys today. Oracle message for Cancer for mid-May. Please show me. Let's see. Oracle message for Cancer today. Please show me. Ooh. Okay, we're between two decks. Let's see. Divine Animals Oracle. Let's see. I don't think I've used this one in the public yet. I like this deck. It's very cute. I shouldn't even say it's cute. It's like really surreal, actually. I think I want some tea. I might get some tea after this. Anyway. Oracle message for Cancer, please. Please show me. Oracle message for Cancer at this time in mid-May. Okay. Last one, thank you. Ooh, can't even shuffle that. Try it again. There it goes. Oracle message at this time for Cancer. Oh my god. Oracle message as it's time for Cancer. Dolphin. Card 42. If you add that up, that's a 6 in numerology. Oh, and this book is like kind of, I don't know. Like, I like it, but I'm also kind of like, get to the point. Ironically, because your girl Jay talks all the time, and she talks so much. Oh, hold up. Check that out. That's not here, but because it came in the oracle, I will mention it. Check out the artwork on the woman who's riding the dolphin, how she's pregnant. And if you know anything about dolphins, they like to copulate. Dolphins get it in. Now, dolphin. Happiness. Happiness is not a continuous state, although it is a worthy feeling to seek. Know what makes you happy and do more of this. Happiness has everything to do with your reaction to life rather than what happens to you from outside sources. It is your place, if your place, oh my God, I can't even talk. If you place your happiness solely in the hands of other people, then you will be disappointed. Dropping everything today. This is such a weird day, guys. but everything's in retrograde. Yeah, like this talks about like the animal thing. So what I'm sensing really more here for you Cancers is I do not presume to know everybody's situation. But this feels like kind of one of those classic, like, you fall out of love with the person you committed to however long ago, and you come into contact with someone new, and that new person stokes some type of fire inside of you, and that person then becomes this outside source of temptation that looks like this, looks like a scene of like happiness and joy, right? When I think when dolphins swim together, a lot of time it's just like play for them, like they're just enjoying being alive and swimming throughout the ocean, right? So like there's this ease possibly in the third party relationship that is so alluring, but is like flying in the face of the previous commitment of the stable home life that is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. There's no like big complaints. We didn't get like the King of Pentacles with like the devil. We didn't get the King of Pentacles with like the moon or some other type of challenging energy. We didn't get the King of Pentacles with the Ten of Swords. We got the King of Pentacles with the Four of Wands. That's a super nice place to be. And maybe that's all it is, a place to be. It's comfortable, it's safe, it's secure, it's stable. That's all, right? And kind of what that card said in the book, happiness can't come from the outside, essentially, is what it's saying. It has to come from this internal energy. And if I'm honest, I'm not here to support, cheating or adultery or anything like that. I'm more in the game of, if you're going to do that, you need to tell everybody immediately, hey, listen, we're committed, you and me, Bob, or you and me, Sandra, or whoever it is. But guess what? I kind of start to have feelings for someone else. I'm totally about forthright communication. And I think that's what's going on here. I think that there's someone who has a internal pull towards another individual outside of a commitment, and they haven't addressed it, or it hasn't been completely on the up and up. And that's the complication here. And that's why something in the situation will have to die. Something in the situation will have to be ended ultimately in order to release the burden of the Ten of Wands. Okay? Cancer, that is your reading for mid-May. Not too bad, about 30 minutes. That's not too bad. If you like this reading, go ahead and like it. If you want to leave a comment, that would be great. Let me know how this resonated in your life. You guys know I love to read comments, and I usually respond with a nice little heart icon, or sometimes I'll give you guys a message. So if you want to let me know how this resonated, you can leave a comment down below. That'd be cool. If you want to share the video, let other people know you like watching my stuff. Awesome. And if you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing, my friends. I will be back soon, Cancer, doing the June readings. After Gemini, your season's up, so about, let's see, about June 20th, June 21st, something like that. You'll have a birthday message from me, so you have that to look forward to. And of course, I know I'm leaving it very open, but eventually I am going to do a live for everybody here on the channel. So if you're not subscribed, please consider subscribing so you can be notified of that, okay? All right, guys, again, if you want to follow me on Instagram, it's EmpathicFire Tarot. And if you want that reading or want to purchase a reading, that information is down below in the description box, all right? Thank you guys so much for watching. Take care.